The rain hammered the windows, thunder shaking the old house. But the storm outside was nothing compared to the one inside my heart. My son, Mark, was gone. 2 days of silence. I drove to his house, hoping I was just being an overbearing mother. His car was gone. The front door was unlocked. Silence. I called his name, my voice echoing through empty rooms. His wallet sat on the counter next to a half-empty coffee cup. People don't just leave without their wallet. The police had come, asked questions, told me to wait, but how could I wait? My only son, my world, was missing. Then I heard it, a whimper, almost lost in the thunder. It came from upstairs, from Leo's room. I rushed up, heart pounding, and opened the door. The room was dark, the bed empty, the window latched. The closet door was cracked open. Another sob from within. I opened the closet. There, huddled in the corner, was my grandson, Leo. He was shaking, clutching his stuffed bear, eyes wide with terror. He didn't look at me, just stared at the wall. I knelt down and wrapped my arms around him. "Leo, baby," I whispered. "Grandma's here. You're safe now." The storm raged outside, but inside, I held on to the only piece of my son I had left. The silence was broken, but the fear remained. I knew nothing would ever be the same. The real storm had just begun. The police called it a voluntary disappearance. They said Mark had debts, gambling debts. Detective Miller sat across from me, his voice tired. He showed me a life insurance policy, taken out 3 months ago. The beneficiary wasn't Leo or me. It was Jessica, Mark's ex-wife. $2 million. The room felt cold. Jessica. Her divorce from Mark had been bitter, leaving scars on everyone, especially Leo. She always wanted more. Money, status, a bigger life. I remembered the fights, the shouting, the tears. Mark tried to make it work for Leo, but Jessica's greed was endless. The debts, the insurance, the ex-wife who stood to gain everything. The police saw a man running from his problems, but I knew my son. He would never leave Leo. Not willingly. Not ever. This wasn't a disappearance. This was something darker. I looked at Detective Miller, my mind racing. Jessica was at the center of it all. The story the police wanted was too neat. I saw the truth. Mark's life had been taken from him. I was certain, with a chill in my bones, that Jessica was involved. I would not let this go. I would fight for my son, and for Leo. The web of lies was tightening, but I was ready to pull it apart. The truth was out there, waiting to be found. I just had to keep digging, and I would. I brought Leo home. My house became his refuge, but the terror followed him. He barely spoke, haunted by nightmares. At night, he called for his daddy, his cries breaking my heart. I held him, whispering that he was safe, but my words felt empty. Then Jessica showed up, unannounced, dressed in black, her grief a performance.
"I want to see my son," she demanded.
I blocked her path. "He's not ready," I said. She glared. "He is my son. Eleanor, you have no right." She spoke of rights while a $2 million policy waited for her. She was a vulture, circling. I told her to leave, my voice shaking with rage. For a moment, I saw fear in her eyes, a flicker of panic. She knew something.
"This isn't over, Eleanor. You can't hide him forever."
As the door slammed, I knew she was right. This was far from over. I was the only one standing between her and Leo. I would protect him no matter what. The shadow of a mother is long, and I would not let it fall on my grandson. The fight had just begun. The breakthrough came on a quiet evening. Leo was drawing in the living room, pages of dark, angry shapes.
"I drew this for you, Grandma."
It was his house, a storm overhead, 2 figures in the doorway, one yelling, one crying. A third, smaller figure watched from the shadows. "Leo, honey, can you tell me about your drawing?"
"That's Mommy. She was yelling at Daddy."
My blood ran cold. The night Mark disappeared.
"It was raining, like the big storm."
He had seen it all. What happened then, sweetie?
Daddy told her to leave. He said no more money. He was crying. Mommy was angry. She pushed him hard.
He looked at me, eyes pleading.
"Daddy fell down the stairs, Grandma. He didn't get up."
The truth, spoken by a child, shattered me. Jessica had been there that night. Leo had seen everything. The pieces finally fit. The storm outside was nothing compared to the storm inside this little boy. Now, I had to act. I had to make sure his truth was heard. The weight of it was crushing, but it was also hope. The silence was broken. The truth was out. My son didn't fall. He was pushed. Leo saw it all. I called Detective Miller, told him everything. He was skeptical. Children's memories can be unreliable, but I insisted. This was real. The next day, the police searched Mark's house again. This time, they found evidence. Traces of blood at the bottom of the stairs, revealed by luminol. Someone had tried to clean it, but the truth remained. They found security footage, a car matching Jessica's arriving and leaving Mark's house that night. The timeline matched. The evidence was mounting.
We found him, Eleanor.
Mark's car was found in a lake 20 miles away. Mark was inside. They believed Jessica pushed him, then staged the scene to look like a disappearance. It was a desperate, clumsy cover-up. The monster had a name. Now, she would face justice. The truth, once hidden, was finally coming to light. I held Leo close, promising him he was safe. The fight was almost over. The web of lies was unraveling. My son's story would be heard, and Jessica would answer for what she'd done. Justice was within reach. The courtroom was cold, tension thick in the air. I sat in the front row, holding Leo's hand. Jessica sat across the aisle, her composure cracking. The prosecution laid out the case: debts, insurance, forensic evidence, security footage. Each piece was a nail in the coffin of her lies. Her defense was weak, just desperate denial. Then the child psychologist took the stand, explaining Leo's drawings and testimony. She showed the court Leo's drawing, a mother yelling, a father crying, a boy watching. It was more powerful than any photograph. Jessica's composure shattered.
I didn't mean to. He wouldn't give me the money. I just pushed him.
The courtroom erupted. The judge called for order, but it was too late. Her confession echoed off the walls. It was over. The truth was finally out. Leo's voice had brought justice. The silence was broken for good. We could finally begin to heal. Justice was served. Jessica was found guilty. The insurance policy was voided. Her greed cost her everything. There was no triumph, only sadness. Mark was gone. But it was the end of the lies, the beginning of healing. We left the courthouse hand in hand, blinking in the sunlight. The weight had lifted.
Is Mommy going to jail, Grandma?
I knelt down. Yes, sweetie. She did a bad thing, and she has to be held accountable. The most important thing is you are safe. You'll always be safe with me. We started a new life, quiet, simple, filled with small joys. We planted a garden, went for walks, read books before bed. The nightmares faded, replaced by laughter and questions.
I miss Daddy.
I hugged him. I miss him too, baby, but he'll always be with us. I placed my hand over his heart. His love is in here, and my love is in here. Together, that love is strong enough to get us through anything. In that moment, I knew we would be okay. We had each other, and that was everything. The storm had passed. A new dawn had come.
What's something people don't know about stories? They never truly end. There's always a new adventure waiting for you. Just pick your next tale, and I'll meet you there. Subscribe to the Story Circle and let me know which story I should tell next in the comments.